Hello, welcome everyone. This is John with WebDev for You, here to help you build beautiful websites without code in Webflow. And yeah, welcome to my live stream. I do these live streams every Monday through Thursday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, where we discuss everything Webflow. I showcase how to build a site, how to create different layouts. I also go over how to build interactions and animations in Webflow, as well as provide support. So if you need help with your Webflow site, you can just drop a super chat and I can look into it. For any general questions related to Webflow, those do not require a super chat. You can just ask me in chat and I'd be happy to answer those questions. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Today's going to be kind of a lighter stream. We're just going to discuss Webflow in general and some of the different tools that are out there in the ecosystem. I know a lot of you have asked me to go over the Finsweet Client First and the Finsweet Extension. So yeah, I haven't dug too deep into either of these, but I did this morning. I looked at Client First, and honestly, there's not much that I want to cover here. They do have a really awesome website. But if you just type in Finsweet Client First, I mean, they have a slew of videos. Like if you just go to the video section, just watch all these videos and it kind of describes what Client First is. And they have some wireframes to help you get started. And basically it's just a class naming system to help you stay organized and to help you communicate with other designers and developers on your team. So yeah, that's Client First, and yeah, this is all the resources they have. You can look at the documentation. They are using Rems for the font sizes, and we talked about Rems earlier as well, and it does seem to help with accessibility. So that's a really cool thing about it. Class names, they've structured it. The structure, typography, and spacing. They have it all set up here. And yeah, it just, it makes it easier to, I guess, keep your project organized. If you don't have a clear way of naming your classes, this could definitely be helpful. For me, I've already built a lot of sites in Webflow, and I have a clear idea for how I like naming my classes and how I apply global tags or style global tags in Webflow. But yeah, I can see this being super helpful for users working on teams and working on big projects where they need to make sure everything is structured correctly. So there's not much for me to say about this other than just check out the documentation, check out their videos. It's definitely, their videos are definitely helpful. And yeah, you'll just get more context as to why Finsweet created this and how to use it. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that, really. The next thing is the Finsweet Extension. So I just cloned this project from Flowbase, and I installed the Finsweet Chrome extension. So you can just type in Finsweet Chrome extension into Google and then add the extension. And then once it's enabled here in the Chrome browser, you can go to Finsweet right here. So it added this tab here, so we can click it. And then they have a few other tabs here. So this is probably akin to maybe a plugin that you would maybe see in like WordPress or like some other website builder where the plugin adds more functionality to the user interface. So yeah, I mean, it could be really cool, but as far as like the different elements or the different functionality it offers, so I'll just go over it. So we have functional, we have breakpoints. So highlight breakpoints, let's try that. Add color highlight to large breakpoints to make them more noticeable. So let's see. So let's add some breakpoints. So I'll add a 1280, create. Yeah, so I guess it just adds that color there for the larger breakpoints. So when we click on the larger breakpoints, it turns a different color. That's kind of cool. So they added the option where we can now remove the breakpoints. And Actually, I should have read that. I think it probably just said like all your design changes will be deleted. But that's interesting because Webflow doesn't give us that functionality in the designer. So it's kind of cool that Finsweet created something that does do that. You know, with all this, I'm hoping like, and I kind of mentioned this earlier, like I don't know how Finsweet built this. You know, they probably access some of Webflow's code through some of the APIs or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but that's my only concern. Like, what is it that this loading thing? What is it actually doing to the site in general? You know, like if I'm working on a site and like I said before, it's a hot topic. Like if I'm working on a big site and I'm using this plugin, I don't have, and this is my gripe with all plugins, right? Like I don't have the full confidence that some other elements on my site won't be affected if I make large breakpoints and then decide to delete it through this plugin because it's not Webflow native. That's just my own thing. You know, maybe it all works perfectly. But we did get an error here. It says it seems we are not able to save a backup before performing this action, so we canceled it. Please reload designer and try again. If this action continues failing, please send an email to. So yeah, I'm not sure why a backup cannot be created. So that's kind of interesting. Let me just move this over here. So yeah, we'll just skip that for now. And let me just read what this message said when I tried to delete it. So we need to reload designer to apply the changes to your project. We always create a backup of your project when we reload. Okay, so it didn't work this time around, so I'm just going to close it. Page history, activate page history navigation. When activated, you will see a new UI button to the left of the designer, preview button. This will open your page navigation history in designer. Useful for quickly switching between pages in your project. You can use the following shortcuts to navigate through the history of pages you visited. So let's turn that on. Click close, and I'll just go to these different pages. And is this it here? No. Yeah, no, that's definitely not it. That was the audit tool. So I'm supposed to see something, right? Because I'm switching between pages. And I don't see anything at the moment, unless I'm missing something. Oh, is it this? Oh yeah, page history. So it's right up here. So I can go to the pages and access them quickly. All right, that's interesting. Merge combo classes. Merge combo classes into one new class. The original combo class will not be deleted from the styles panel. Shortcut, use command option enter to quickly use the functionality on the currently selected element. Okay, so that's interesting. Hey, I have read somewhere that Finsweet also wants to add custom breakpoints to the plugin. This would be quite useful. Let's see. Yeah, for sure. I can see Webflow doing that themselves. Yeah, so again, it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to harp on it because I think you guys know my stance. To me, I personally like a lot of these features to be just native. And I understand that Webflow does take their time with adding features, and that's most likely why this plugin was created, because users want these features now, which is fine, but I'm okay with waiting. Unbind CMS, unbind elements from CMS dynamic list and CMS template pages. Please select an element in the page. So let's try to see if this has a collection list. I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't. Maybe let me try cloning Webflow free CMS template. Yeah, I'll just try to clone this. Sure. We'll clone this one. And okay, if Webflow does it by themselves, even better, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, this is, you know, I don't want to. I think what Finsweet is doing is cool, but and maybe I'm just too like I'm my focus is just more, I don't know, I don't want to say narrow, but like the last thing I would want is for Webflow to become such an open ecosystem that it becomes like a WordPress where you have all these various plugins and users are not sure what to add or what not to add, and then it just makes their website messy. Yo, what's up, Riley? What's up? What's up? Yo, so glad to see you. What's up? What's up? Um, yeah, cool. So Riley, I worked with Riley in customer support at Webflow. Um, so yeah, I know he started another venture, so hopefully that's going real well, Riley. Thanks for joining. What's up, Alex and Base? How's it going? Yeah, I'm just going over the Finsweet extension, Riley, and I went over Client First, and I started giving my personal takes, which I dub as kind of like hot takes sometimes, because my stance is like a lot of these features that Finsweet is adding, like, and that's the thing, I don't want to downplay Finsweet because they do a lot of cool things, but like for me personally, I want to see a lot of these features integrated natively into Webflow, because again, like we have WordPress as an example. I mean, just look at it, like the plugin ecosystem is just saturated, for sure. Yeah, likewise, man. Been wanting to join on these streams for a while, for sure. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, I've been doing it for about a month now, maybe 3 weeks, and yeah, we've been building sites and creating interactions and things like that. So yeah, it's fun. I'm starting to submit templates to the marketplace. So yeah, but yeah, Riley and I go way back, just for everyone here. Cool. Yeah, I'll just go down memory lane if I start thinking about all the stuff we've been through and all the tickets we answered. So I'll just continue here and just continue with the Finsweet plugin and kind of go through it. So we went through merge combo classes. Oh, unbind CMS. So yeah, that's why I imported this store starter template. So unbind CMS. So yeah, I selected this heading jumbo. The selected element and all children elements inside it will be unbinded. Yeah, that's cool, but I could... How is this binded though? This heading jumbo isn't binded to the CMS. So what happens if I click on it? Save. We need to reload the designer to apply changes to your project. All right, let's try it. Heading jumbo. That wasn't... So if I select any element, will it give me that option? Let's see. Yeah, good times for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess any element is fair game to be unbinded, even if it's not bound to the CMS. I guess that would work better for... I guess for this element, like if I want to unbind this image. So let's see. Or this product text, let's try that. But if it does do this, then I don't see this as serving unbind elements from CMS dynamic lists and CMS template pages. Please select an element in the page. Okay, I just did. I selected this element. Or let's just select this one, see if it works. It doesn't. Okay. So if we go to a template page, let's try this one. And let's try unbinding this image. Okay, let me click save. All right, so it unbinded the image, but did it really? Or let me try this here. One last thing. Unbind the price. Okay, so yeah, but you could just go in here and just be like, boom, and unbind it. So I don't know. I guess it would unbind multiple elements on the page. yeah, that doesn't seem that useful. I can just click the checkbox here to unbind it. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Cool. Let's go to, okay, search and replace classes, vertical canvas resizing. They're going to be adding these features: scroll bar styler, sitemap generator. Webflow already generates a sitemap. Link blocks and editor, okay, if they do vertical canvas resizing, then that's going to be pretty cool. I know that's a pretty highly requested feature because users on mobile want to make this smaller so they can see what it would actually look like vertically on the device. So if they do add that, that would be really cool. Then we have components. Let's look at this. Let me go to the desktop version here. Components, cookie consent. So pre-built examples, although these pre-built examples already have all the corresponding attributes in place, you still have to complete the setup following the official documentation. Let's take a look at that. All right, so you'd have to do all this stuff. So let's just copy one of these, and I'll go to the home page. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but I'll paste. Yeah, okay. So that's kind of cool. They have a cookie consent form here, and then you just have to follow, just have to follow this setup here to add the cookie consent. All right, yeah, I'll give them that. This is cool. So rather than having to like use an external cookie consent banner or, figure out how to build one yourself, you can just paste their cookie consent in here. And let's see, where did it place it? Okay, so set all components to display none and use this div to create a symbol. All right, so I'm guessing that would be in the steps here. Yeah, copy and paste it, add the FCC manager attribute to the parent wrapper, add the FCC open preferences attribute to the icon. This will act as the click target, and build your preferences in Webflow Designer. Add type category attributes to all scripts that issue cookies. This will classify a script as marketing, personalization, or analytics. And it goes over how to do this. And yeah. Yes, vertical. Hey, Amkar, how's it going? No worries. You checking out Finsweet? Yep. Just going over the Finsweet Chrome extension. Yes, vertical canvas resizing would be so great, but also this one Webflow might add eventually after years being on the wish list. Haha, just kidding. Yeah, I get it, Manuel, for sure. And yeah, that's why I can see where like something like this that Finsweet added just, helps users get these features a bit faster, for sure. Yeah, so I guess we would just have to, I'll just follow these instructions really quick. So add the FSCC equals manager attribute to the parent wrapper. So I'm guessing the parent wrapper would be this. So we would just add this custom attribute. I'm guessing it would go like this. Yeah, that's how that would go. And then add FCC open preferences attribute to the icon. This will act as the click target. So the icon is right here. Okay, so that's the icon. So let's add the attribute FSCC. Hey, Abil, how's it going? Open dash preferences. I'm just going over the Finsweet extension today. Preferences, save. All right, let's publish. And it says set all components to display none and use this div to create a symbol. Let me just publish and just see how this looks. So I think we're in like the 5th feature, or like we went over the functional features and now we're going over the components feature here. I might have to set this to display none, but we'll see. The site is just publishing now. Nice. So yeah, this is just going to be kind of like a more open discussion today. I'm not going to go over anything. I'm just going to go over the Finsweet. All right, everything's already done for you. You just have to set all element to display none and make the wrapper a symbol. Okay. So let's do that. You just have to set all the elements to display none. Should I just set? Oh, so these components, okay. All the elements, so these ones, display none, and display none. So I'm guessing the icon I wouldn't set to display none. And then set this to a symbol. Create symbol. Cookie consent. I guess. Yeah. There's probably a video on this. Let's see. Get started. Okay. Yeah, I'm just, this is my first time looking at it, so if it doesn't work, I'm not going to spend too much more time on it. Because most likely you have to do a few things. Yeah. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But if you see what I'm doing wrong, you can just let me know, and we can get this working. The modal display none too. The animations are already built in. Okay, so the modal. So I guess I would set. Let's see, I would set this to display none. And then I wouldn't have to set this to display none. All right, we'll try one more time and see how this goes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the icon. All right, so Pablo, you can just let me know if I'm doing something incorrect here. But yeah, I'd probably watch the video just to see that. I'll keep it moving, and we'll come back to this to make sure we can make it work. All right, so let's go back to components. Then we have client first. So client first is the class naming convention. So it's this here, and it's just a way to keep your classes organized. So if we add core page structure, yeah, it seems that your project doesn't have the client first system set up. Yeah, let's try if any of this works here. Oh, I guess it does. And all we'll see is like some new class names added that we can use. So like padding left, margin, extra large. For this, I would recommend going through the client first system. Don't make the symbol display none, just the other three parent elements. Okay, let's go back to that. And where did I, okay, here it is. Just these three elements, okay. Even the icon. So yeah, I'm guessing, and then I should probably remove the attributes, even though it told me to add the attributes here. Let's see. Build your manager component, or copy and paste into Webflow. Add the FCC manager attribute to the parent wrapper. Add the, okay. Yeah, that's what I did. So to the, all right, don't make a symbol display none, just the three parent elements. Okay, it's not working. So maybe I added the FSCC manager incorrectly. Manager component. Attribute to the parent wrapper. So would this be the parent wrapper? Oh, it already added it. So yeah, I don't need to re-add it. Okay. Well, that's fun. All right, let's see. So it's cookie consent. So I'll just remove this as well. And we'll hide this. All right, six times a charm, right? No, it's usually 3, but we'll try it. Let's see. Do we get cookies? Cookie consent? No, we do not. All right, I'll come back to that. Let's keep it moving. So I was on the client first. So it did add the spacing system, and then we have a Rem, a pixel to Rem converter. So that's one thing that Finsweet covers in their video. If you're curious about Rems and Ms, just go to their video section and watch this sizes in Rem. Basically, they add a custom code snippet to make the HTML 16 pixels, and then they just use Rems throughout the entire client first setup. They don't use Ms. So all of the units are in Rem values, and they're just using the base HTML font size. So I'm guessing if I type in 16 here, no, I don't think, it's just a converter, so it wouldn't add the custom code to your project. You actually have to go into the head section. You know, you could probably do this in the project settings and type in style, HTML, and then font size 16 Rem, or 16 pixels, and then just close it and then do something like that. And that would set the base font size to 16, and all the Rem units would be based on the HTML font size. I believe that's how that works, but I definitely recommend reading or watching this sizes in Rem video to get an idea for how that works. All right, cool. So that's client first. They have a lot of information on that on their website. Let's go to organize. So color swatches reorder. So let's take a look at that. So these are the only 2 color swatches we have. So I'm guessing if I, let's go into the swatches here. So I'm guessing if I move it in here, it's going to move it here. So let's see if it does that. So organize and move white to the right. And let's see. And let's see if it did anything. Yeah, it just moved my global swatches. All right, I guess that's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm sorry, my enthusiasm isn't quite showing yet for this extension. CSS Styles, that is weird. It worked for me, the cookie consent. I didn't use the extension though. Okay. Interesting. I might go back to it and just copy and paste and not do anything and see if it works. So CSS Styles reorder. Okay. I'm not sure why I would need to do that, but all right. Reorder CSS classes on the CSS file created for your project. Useful for specificity issues. Important, this styles reorder feature is advanced. If you do not understand its use case, please do not use it. Styles reorder is not for sorting styles alphabetically. It is not for visually ordering your styles in a way that makes sense to you. Reordering CSS in your project changes how classes interact with your project. Yeah, so, okay. I mean, to me, that's adding another layer of complexity to something that's already trying to be simple. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, I don't see why I would use this, to be honest. I've never had an instance where I was building in Webflow where in the styles panel, I thought to myself, oh, wouldn't it be nice if this was up here? Like, I don't know, that's never occurred to me. Like if it was alphabetical, or if there was another system to it, then maybe, because then I could read down the class names and find them, and then go in here and see which elements are using what styles and things like that. But if I'm just reordering it for, I don't know why I would need to reorder it. If anyone knows of a good reason to reorder the style manager, let me know. But I don't know why I would do that. All right, and if I click save, yeah, I would have to reload the designer. Interactions reorder. Okay, this is kind of cool. I don't mind this because sometimes when I'm working with interactions, um, and I have a lot of interactions, sometimes I do want them in a specific order. So that's not bad. Does Webflow allow me to do that? No. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I can reorder the interactions. Yeah, do the reorder for specificity. Okay. I agree with you. It complicates things. However, if you are used to CSS classes, then you can build faster. Yeah, I can see that. Symbols reorder. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I guess this organization thing is kind of cool. It allows me to reorganize, symbols and interactions. And for anyone who needs their classes reorganized, it allows you to do that as well. So Bill wrote, yesterday was a bit tough day, but I'm here and excited more than ever to learn amazing things from you. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully that animation is still working out well. The one we created the other day. Yeah, so I kind of like this organization. This is probably my favorite thing so far from this extension, other than, yeah, the color swatches is kind of cool. If you're a designer, I can see this coming in handy. Interactions I can see coming in handy, and this coming in handy. But I wouldn't be surprised if Webflow just added a quick toggle thing here where you could drag and drop things. That would be, I don't know how difficult that would be, but yeah, like I would like to see this natively in Webflow as well, like in symbols where you can just, drag and drop, or not drag and drop, but just reorder the symbols here. All right, so cleanup, remove classes, remove all CSS classes applied to the elements of a page, remove all classes by page or for your entire project, useful for fixing an unorganized project or redesigning pages with new branding. Okay. So if I say home, remove all CSS classes applied to the elements of a page. Remove all classes by page or for your entire project. Oh, wow. So if I click this and click save, this is going to completely destroy my page. Yeah. Oh, wait, this is the style guide. Let me go to the home page. Yeah. Why would I want to do that? So it's basically just nuking your page. Like, okay, I want to completely destroy my product page. So let's see, the about page. Gotta go. Please keep making your live streams and content. It is really needed and valuable for Webflow community. For sure. Thanks, Pablo. Appreciate it. Abil wrote, I wanted to share some personal experience regarding that so people might also get something to learn, or someone here could guide me. But I would love to hear John's opinion since he was in support. Yeah, feel free to ask the question, Abil. So yeah, if I click the about page and click save, yeah, it just nukes the site, like removes all the classes. Okay, I guess that's something. Remove styles. Let's see what this is. Remove CSS styles by breakpoint. Keep classes on elements and remove all styles for specific breakpoints. Useful for removing unorganized tablet and mobile styles in a project. Rewrite tablet and mobile styles with less confusion. All right, let's go to another page, contact. So if I just said on this one, remove styles. So let's say mobile landscape, save. Would it do it for all pages? Remove styles. Don't see anything there. That looks okay. Yeah, I don't know if this did anything. remove styles. Yeah, not sure if that did anything. Wouldn't it be the same as remove classes? Or it removes the styles from the classes? Yeah, okay. That's actually a good point, Manuel. So Manuel wrote, I think remove classes might be useful if you need to take over somebody else's Webflow project, keep the content, but want to make a completely new design. Okay, yeah, I can see that. That would be a cool, yeah, that is a cool feature to have. All right. I don't see this doing anything right now, so maybe I'm missing something there. So that's cleanup. Went over that. Let's go into site settings. All right, upload a CSV file to the 301 redirect section of site settings. Navigate to the hosting tab of site settings to use this feature. So let's go to site settings. Yeah, this site plan doesn't have hosting, so we won't be able to do that. But I'm guessing there probably is a new button that gets added here that allows us to upload a CSV file. In that case, that's definitely a cool feature. I definitely know users who wanted to add bulk redirects and weren't able to. So yeah, that would be cool. Custom code, add, edit, or remove code in site settings, custom code. This code is applied to every page of your project. All right, so this is cool, right? Like I would keep this extension just for this feature here because, first of all, it allows us to wrap the code, which is cool. But this saves me a step, so I don't have to go to the project settings and go to custom code here. I can just do it within the designer. So let me see something really quick. I'm just gonna add a piece of custom code using this feature. So let's just use that example. HTML, font size 16 pixels. And so if I save it and I go into the project settings and I go into custom code, look at that code gets added in there. All right, so that so far is probably my favorite thing from this extension. The fact that we can add custom code to the project settings right from the extension. Yeah, this is by far my favorite thing of this extension so far. All right, let's go to products, the products tab, Finsweet Extension. This is just showcasing their different products, cookie consent, CMS library, CMS library scriptwriter, no bool airtable, class adder, tool to add or remove class from an element, class adder scriptwriter, sweet text, cool, CSS scroll bar, styler, calendar invite for Webflow, calendar easy on Webflow, 3D globes for Webflow hacks, and Sweet.js. All right, cool. So it's established script support service by Finsweet. Yeah, so yeah, they definitely have a lot of interesting kind of products, and their sites are always really interesting, which is they're fun to look at. So these are just hacks. Yeah, so I can definitely see Finsweet is offering a lot of value to the Webflow community, and yeah, they have 3D globes. That's cool. Calendar invite. Yeah, so yeah, I do have to give them kind of kudos. Like they are providing a lot of interesting things to the Webflow interface and to the community. But yeah, there's always that little thing for me. I do want these features natively in Webflow. I don't necessarily want to, even though I might still use this extension because after looking at it is pretty useful and I can see it coming into play for different things. But I would want to see these features natively in Webflow, personally. And I think as Webflow grows and, developers continue to enhance the product, we are going to see more of these features added, as well as once there's let's say there is a plugin ecosystem, then I would feel a bit better about using some of these different things, right? Because to me, I think if, once Webflow does have a plugin ecosystem, they're going to, they're going to test the plugins that are submitted, and they're going to, say, yeah, this works really well with Webflow, or yeah, it doesn't. And there's just going to be like a, what's it called? Like a QA process. And that's what I'm looking for, and it might take a couple of years. So I can see why Finsweet did this now, because users want these things now, right? We don't like waiting for Webflow to have to release these features. But I'm being patient, not to say I'm not going to use this possibly, this Finsweet extension, but overall I'll be a bit more happier with it, like once these features are native in Webflow. So that's just my take. I know it's kind of a hot topic, but the last thing I would want is for Webflow to become like a WordPress, where it's an open ecosystem, everything goes, users can do whatever they want, and to me it would just cause confusion for the user base, and that's the last thing I want to see. Web development is already a hard enough concept to grasp as it is, and then users who want things quickly without, let's say, spending the time to learn Webflow or learn how to build, they're just going to think that they can just throw something in there and everything's going to work magically. And ideally that would be the ultimate goal, but when you have an open ecosystem where everyone can just build something, I feel it causes more confusion for the end user. And obviously this is probably more for more advanced users. I don't think a user just jumping into Webflow is going to be like, yeah, I'm going to start using the Finsweet extension. Advanced users are probably the ones who are going to gravitate towards these extensions. All right. So Abil wrote, how do you explain to the client that each monitor will show different size layout for the website? Like I used MUnit for this project, but he wasn't convinced about it. I use 920 artboard in Figma and my laptop is 1920, but for the website to look good, I used MUnit, but for him, since he had a big monitor, everything looks so small. I tried to explain it to him. Excuse me. But he wasn't satisfied, so we had to end the project on design phase. My question is, how would you explain to the client that each monitor will show a different layout? John, it's okay if you want to answer this question after you get your coffee, since it's a personal project question. Yeah, it's kind of a personal project question, but I think it is a general question overall. Hey Josh, how's it going? Yeah, how would you explain? I mean, I don't know how much more clear you can get than to say different screen sizes will show different layouts or different breakpoints. What I might suggest is that you could show the client, is this responsively app, and just show your client this, like show the client the site on different with devices, and that way they get the sense of what their site's going to look like across the different devices. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm fully capturing the question, but you can explain to them too, like, hey, we can add 1280 breakpoint, 1440, 1920, and then it would be up to you to, like, I don't know, make the font sizes a bit larger on those breakpoints, or the styles a different size. Yeah, or you could even, like, I don't know how in depth you want to get with your client, but like Webflow has a breakpoints video, and they have articles like breakpoint based responsive design. Like, that's a good video to watch on design. And you can, Webflow has this article here, designed for even larger screens with 3 new breakpoints. And this might give you more information to allow you to communicate effectively to your client and provide more context to your client. Like if you created a 1920 artboard, then you could use a 1920 breakpoint. And depending on the font sizes, you can make them larger or smaller. And my laptop is 920, but for the website to look good, I used M units. But for him, since he had a big monitor, everything looked so small. I tried to explain it to him since he had a big monitor. So I'm guessing he had a probably 2560 by 1440 pixel monitor, 27-inch iMac. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd have to look at the design too there, Bill. Like, I'm not quite sure. Like, for me, ideally, if you are designing on a 1920 breakpoint, okay, so yeah, we can see everything looks small. So what you could do is like make the text larger on these breakpoints. So like, for 1920, I could say 60 pixels or something like that, and just make the text larger. Like the paragraphs, I can make 24 or something, and change the line height and adjust the text depending on the design. Why are you a bit inconsistent with your content? So New Goblin, I did a video on this when I first started the live streams. I was working at Webflow for 2 years prior to starting these live streams. So it became a bit difficult to continue to make content consistently while working at Webflow. Because by the time the weekend rolled around, I was working at Webflow 5 days a week, answering customer support conversations for like 6 to 7 hours a day. And yeah, by the weekend, I just wanted to take a break. Since then I don't want to say left Webflow, but I just decided to, rather than work customer support at Webflow, I decided to get back to my YouTube channel and get back to the templates in the marketplace. So I understand, I have been a bit inconsistent the past few months, but that's just because, I was working at Webflow and it made it difficult to do both things. But I'm back on the horse, as they say, and I'm creating live streams every day, Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central. And I'm creating interaction videos during the week as well, and template videos. So I have a new template video coming out soon once this new template gets added to the marketplace. So yeah, Amkar wrote a bill. You can use Rem. A bill, if you use M, it will take size of your body page. If you use Rem, it will take size from the browser. Actually, that's a good point, Amkar. Yeah. So using Rem will solve your issue. Nice. Yeah. So Gentle wrote, I feel that I'm trying to stream while having a full-time job. It's a lot. Yeah, and I tried it. Actually, when I started working at Webflow, I wanted to still kind of make videos. So I, started the subscription to make one video a week. But that became too much for me as well. Like by the time the weekend rolled around, I just wanted to chill, or go to the movies and, or watch Netflix or something, or watch a new Marvel movie. If anyone's seen Shanghai or hasn't seen it, definitely recommend it. It's an awesome movie. A bill. So Manuel wrote to a bill. It's about styling your font for each size harmoniously. So naturally, you might have to change the size for different screens. Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. And yeah, just try to explain that to your client, And if they do have a larger screen, well, yeah, I guess I would just try to make the fonts larger on 1920 and see if they're happy with it, right? Because you do want to, I don't know why I can't quite talk today, but you do want to make your client happy as far as what they want to see on the screen. So if they have like a 27-inch iMac that's at 2560 by 1440, and this looks too small, so let's just set that to 2560. So if I'm looking on an iMac, and let me just make sure, 27-inch iMac dimensions. Let me just double check these dimensions. I think I have those right. Resolution, iMac resolution. Wow, 5120 by 2880. Is that right? Wait, 5120. If that's the case, it would look super small. Yeah, I don't know. But it depends on their font settings too, because I think they could change that. But that's a 5K Retina display. For a 4K Retina display is... No, not 4K. Yeah, 4K is actually... That's 5120 or 4096. No, I don't want Retina. What did I say for the dimensions? 2560. Yeah, 2560 by 1440. Yeah. Oh, let me check something really quick. System preferences. I'm just gonna see what my resolution is emulating. I'm just working on a Mac Mini right now. I do have a 4K display. Let's see. Let me look at the display. Trying to see if I can help you out here, Bill. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 5120 by 1080 is not the viewport size. That makes sense. Yeah, 20. Yeah, so my resolution is 1920 by 1080 on my display here. But I could go to 3840. So if I did that, oh yeah, that's super small. I'm looking at my other monitor right now. Okay, so just as an example, like I'll do it here. I can scale it to, so right now, yeah, I'm looking at a 1920 by 1080 resolution. But if I wanted more space, I could make it smaller. And it makes everything super small. So yeah, with larger breakpoints, so I would design on the 1920 breakpoint, I would just make the text larger and maybe make the max width of the containers bigger so that they take up more real estate, which would allow for bigger text, bigger images, and all that good stuff. So hopefully, let me see if that translated to the live stream. No. Okay. Yeah, so it got cut off here in the live stream. But yeah, let me just change this back. Scaled. Here we go. See if it lets me do it. All right. Okay, it's this one. There we go. Okay, that's better. All right, so now it looks good again. Let me just double check here. All right, so I'll continue to read the chat here, but also, oh, New Goblin. Yep, thanks. No, thanks for the comment. I definitely understand. Manuel wrote, but also it has to look properly designed on big screens too. It's not really about which units you use. I'd have to agree with Manuel there. Also, my lack of experience, I would say, with REMs and Ms. I haven't used them fully. I tend to use pixels for now. I did do some research on REMs and Ms, and it does seem like it's helpful for accessibility and larger screens and smaller screens, but I also read something where it's like, doesn't make a huge difference, but I could be wrong. I'm going to do more research on that. So New Goblin wrote, what was your full-time job before Webflow? What's your area of expertise, so to speak? So yeah, I covered this in my first live stream as well. So area of expertise, I would just say web design and development in general. I did have a freelance company with my wife in 2014 2015, we developed sites using WordPress for a few companies. Then I moved over to Adobe Muse. I started creating video tutorials on how to use Adobe Muse. So I see my area of expertise, just web design and development, as well as, I guess, I don't know if I consider myself a YouTube influencer, but I just like to teach web design and development on YouTube. I did have another YouTube channel prior to this one called Muse for You, and I built plugins for Adobe Muse before it ended development. So, I would code and create plugins for web design and development. Yeah, Shanghai is awesome. Or Shang-Chi, did I say it right? Shang-Chi. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Yeah, super, super great movie. New Goblin wrote, what's your favorite James Bond movie? Are you looking forward to No Time to Die? I'm not a huge James Bond fan. Can't say I follow those movies a lot. But I've seen a few of them. They're good. I might watch the new one just because I like the style of James Bond movies, and that actress from she was in that Knives movie, Knives Out. She was like one of the main characters. She's in it. I like her as an actress. So I know she's in it. 5120 by 2020 is not the viewport size. Yep, for sure. Abel, we will discuss this in more detail once you get your coffee, but thank you, John, and every one of you. Thank you for explaining it in so much detail. Rem will automatically expand size according to screen size. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I'm going to dive deeper into Rem for sure. And I can see Finsweet's using it, so there must be a lot to it. And I definitely want to share that with the community and with everyone in chat. Thank you for Muse for You. It was great back then. Thank you, Goblin. New Goblin, appreciate it. We go way back. Muse for You is kind of a throwback. I don't know if you had the subscription, but I was making a plugin or a widget almost every single week. So I was busy, definitely busy. And then Muse announced the end of development, and I started looking for alternatives, found Webflow, and have not looked back. And I also that's why I wanted to work at Webflow. I love the product and the culture is super cool. But after 2 years of answering customer support tickets, I just wanted to do something more creative, and I missed interacting with individuals like this and making videos on my YouTube channel and just having the freedom to create cool things for the web and interactions and things like that. All right, so Abil wrote, Omcar, do I set the rem to body? Like I set 1 VW font size for body, and after that I use rem on each heading and paragraph. So I did cover this, Abil. I think you can just go into the project settings, and I would actually recommend watching, going to Client First on Finsweet and watching the sizes and rem video, because he kind of goes over the whole thing. And you could even use their Client First if you're inclined to. But you can go into the project settings, and I believe you would just set but this is where I get confused, because if you set the base rem unit to 16, would it still use the browser font size for rem? Like if you are on a really large screen and the viewport's much larger, like Chrome would not change its base font unit. So I guess, I guess using this code here, you would just add HTML font size 16 pixels, and then you would set all your fonts to rem. So Client First goes over this in the documentation under sizes, and they have a rem converter here. So you can go from pixels to rem. All right. I am from Pakistan. Hello, Tasawur. How's it going? Abil, always happy to help everyone in community. Hi, everyone. Hello, Tasawur. How's it going? I suggest search for, Tommy wrote, I suggest search the wizardry method. Really good tutorial and documentation for using M's in Webflow. wizardry method. Nice. Let's just look that up, or let me find it here. Yeah, new responsive technique for Webflow, wizardry. Yeah, it's on Webflow. Yeah, I might check that out. I'm still learning about rems. I'm definitely not an expert on rems and ems, so I have a lot to learn in that area myself. So I'll be watching videos and things like that. Abil Amka wrote, Abil, don't use VW, just start with rem. I'm happy to help you on this offline if you want. Oh, very cool. Nice. Thanks, Omkar. Appreciate that. Richard wrote, I think rem is super accessible too, which is a big thing people forget in web development. So yeah, I'm yet to look into that, but I'm guessing it does have accessibility pluses. I think Finsweet mentioned that as well in their video. Wizardry is better. Okay, sounds good. I'll take a look at that. And yeah, I'll take a look at that today, and we can discuss that video tomorrow. So everyone, I'm guessing, yeah, let me see here. So yeah, there's a YouTube video. Just type in wizardry method and ems, and it's like the first video that shows up if anyone's interested. All right, cool. So it is past 1 o'clock. That was a lot of fun. We did go over the Finsweet extension. And yeah, I definitely learned a lot. It definitely has more to it than I initially thought, which is awesome. I'm definitely open to learning about these different extensions and different tools that are offered to the community. They have a change log as well to let you see what's been updated. But I guess at this point, everyone knows my stance on plugins and extra things being added to Webflow, but maybe I just need to be a bit more open to some of these tools. I can definitely see like the custom code being very useful. I do like that a lot. Functional, they have some cool things here. Breakpoints. The highlight breakpoints, that's not a make or break for me. The deleting breakpoints is cool, but it didn't seem to work when I tried it. Let's see if it works now. And yeah, it worked now, so that was cool. I do like that you can delete breakpoints there. Components, the cookie first didn't quite work for me, but I might check that out later. Organize, this was nice. It allows you to reorder things in the interactions and global swatches and symbols and styles. That's cool. Remove classes, that's interesting. Remove styles, interesting as well. Site settings, 301 redirects, custom code, that's cool. And then the different Finsweet products. All right, so Bill wrote, so what does wizardry does is you set the artboard width and then it converts each pixel unit into M according to the width size. Yeah, I'm yet to look into it, Bill, so I'll look into that and have more information tomorrow. But yeah, great live stream, everyone. Kind of a more laid back one. We didn't cover any builds today, which is okay. And yeah, if you're new to, if you're new to the live stream, yeah, I do these every Monday through Thursday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central. I go over everything Webflow, layouts, building a site, animations and interactions. And yeah, I provide support if you want to drop a super chat. I provide support for your personal projects. And yeah, we have a great community developing where I can already see we're helping each other build in Webflow, and that's what this is all about. We're all learning together. Web design and development is a very, I would say, broad topic. There's so many different nuances to it that the more we learn together and the more we just learn in general, the better or the easier time we'll have building sites for clients, building sites for ourselves, and exposing everyone else to the power of Webflow and what can be done in Webflow. So yeah, so that's it for this live stream. You can definitely check out my templates in the marketplace. And I have over 150 free clonable interactions that you can play with. I do like animation, so a lot of these lean heavily towards animation and animated elements and things like that. Then I have my YouTube channel. I have a few resources, Webflow and Vital Elements if you're looking for design elements, Learn UI Design if you're new to web design in general. I highly recommend this course to get more familiar with web design and how to structure a site. So that is it for today's live stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. Tommy wrote, it basically makes your font size 1 VW and then you use M to make it larger. So 5M is 5 VW, so font size, so fonts and padding scale. Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely check out that video for sure. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you for joining. I will be here at the same time tomorrow, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central, and we'll just have fun in Webflow. Thank you. Have a good rest of the day, and see you tomorrow. Thanks.